ONXMAPS versus Basemap. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now I have owned the ONX app on my phone for the last 2 years. It has worked flawlessly. I've been in areas where there is zero cell service and my offline maps have worked. It has been a very amazing app that has helped me a lot. But recently I just discovered a new app. It's an app called Basemap and it's supposed to do the same type of thing, but it has a few more features that really caught my attention. So the question is this: is Basemap better than ONXMAPS? So I wanted to go through a couple of the features that I really like about this app. So that's what I'm going to start this video off doing. So the first feature that I really enjoy about this app is the price point. If you're a person like me who suffers from being a tightwad, you're looking for an app or a product that you can get the best thing for the price. I like to find something where I can get the most for my money. Now, if you're gonna buy the ONX nationwide app, you need to spend about $100 to get that. But with this app, I can get nationwide public and private land boundaries and ownership with the $30 price tag. Now this is a great feature for a person who likes to travel when they hunt. You can have access to all of these different properties in different states, and you can know all of the research that you need to know without having to spend any extra money to do that. Oh, I got a deer outside right now. Oh, there it goes. The second thing that I really enjoy about this app is that it looks really nice. It has got a very clean look. All of the features are super easy to use. It just seems a little bit more modern, if you would say. I don't know if that's the right term, but it looks just a little bit better in my opinion than the ONX map. So as you're opening up this app, it's got some really nice looking graphics. Ooh, fancy schmancy. And it's got, just an easy user interface. As soon as you get to it, there's not an overload of things. You just click a button here and there, and then you can explore. But everything kind of just looks nice right from the start. So it is very user friendly. So this app has some pretty cool base layer features, your satellite imagery, topography. It's got some really cool ones. One of the ones to highlight is the Basemap 3D Earth. So if you live in a mountainous area or a really hilly area, you can get some cool features there and be able to not just look at it from a topographical, I think that's the right word. You can use it from more than just a topographical perspective. You get a real life type view of your surroundings. This can be great if you're up in the mountains and you're trying to do some hunting up there. You can know where you need to sneak around that mountain with the best advantage to get to that animal. It's really a cool feature. But I live in a pretty flat area, so this is not something that I will probably use very much, if at all. So obviously with this app, you're going to get your nationwide parcel ownership, and then you are also going to get nationwide government lands. But there's also some other cool features that I really like about this as well. You're going to get wilderness areas that will show up. You will also have your state boundaries as well as your county boundaries. You can also put an overlay of the Boone and Crockett registrations that have happened in those counties, and you can view that across your state. But after using it for a couple minutes, I realized that it's probably not that helpful, because it showed my county being one of the highest rated areas for Boone and Crockett deer, and it equated us to the level of Buffalo County, Wisconsin, and we are not Buffalo County, Wisconsin. It's not really going to give you that much of an advantage of picking the right area to hunt. Now, something else that is really cool about this app is that you can overlay the topography and water depth of lakes. Now, the only thing that when I was using this, not every lake is registered in this app. So it's not like something that for you fishermen you could just pick up and use for any old lake that you're going to go to. So it's not dependable in that sense. But if you know that there's a certain lake that you like to go fishing to and it shows up highlighted blue, you can actually go and use this app when you're out fishing to find your spots. So that's pretty cool. Now, another aspect of the water layers on this app is that they have nationwide lakes, rivers, and streams. Now, this is a really great feature for those guys that like to hunt on public land in big woods areas, because you can put on those layers and clearly see where the water sources are. Now, looking at the home page of this here, you also have this big fancy plus button in the bottom right corner. And if you click on that plus button, that'll give you all of your customization features. You got things like friends. You can have your friends on there and know where your friends are located. You can have offline maps, and this is a really nice feature that ONX has that I would definitely use on this app when I'm going into areas where there's no cell service. You also have the option to take a photo and save that photo in the app. You can draw and measure shapes. You can add markers, and you can record tracks. The recording your tracks feature is also a really nice feature to have if you're going to be going into some areas where maybe you want to track your deer that you just shot, or maybe you want to go into an area that you've never been before and you just want to see where you're going, or if you're pursuing a game when you're out in the mountains or the woods or whatever, you can follow where you went. Now, the feature that interests me the most in this customization is the drawing of measures and shapes. Now, I like to take a piece of property that, say I want to add a design to it, a hunting design. I can use this feature to design a hunting property in a similar way to like what you would use HuntStand to do. Now, the final thing that I wanted to mention about the homepage is that if you see this tab at the very bottom of the screen, you can click on that, and that's where you can view all of your customizations that you have made. So for instance, if you want to see the locations that you have liked, you can go to that, or if you want to see the photos that you've taken, you can do that, or if you want to see the markers that you have added, or the tracks or shapes, you name it. They've got that there. That's all of your customizations right there. Another thing that I really like about this app is that it seems to be very accurate. You know, it's very comparable to ONXMAPS in the image that you get and how it lays it out. So it's a pretty accurate app. I mean, it's not 100%, but I would say it's pretty good. So those are some of the things that I really like about this app. Now, I want to take some time to talk about some of the negatives or the drawbacks to this app. Some of the things that in just my beginning usage of it that I have not enjoyed about this app very much. So the first thing that I don't really enjoy about this app is that if you're going to use the drawing feature of this app, it will save the distances in between the points that you make. Now, this can be really annoying because you're trying to get a nice clean look for your property, a design for your property, and you've got these white numbers all over your screen. It's just so annoying. So that could be an area of improvement for this app, is to get rid of that, clean things up a little bit. I don't like as much about this app is that if you drop a pin somewhere, you have very limited customization of that pin. You know, on ONX, if you drop a pin, you can say if it's a doe or if it's a bedding area or if it's a shed or a rub, you name it. All these different things that you can customize that pin to be. You can put a title under it, but it doesn't really help you if you're going in and trying to look over your pins that you've dropped before, because you got to open up every single one of them just to see what it was. The next big drawback for this app, one that annoys me probably about more than any of the other ones, is that it doesn't have the topographical overlay on the satellite image. That is one thing that ONXMAPS has that I absolutely love, and that you can put it in hybrid mode and it'll show the satellite imagery, and then it'll overlay your topography over top of that. So you'll get your lines all over the screen. You can know exactly what you're dealing with. With this app, if you want to access topography, you have to go into a different layer and actually put that as your layer, and that's the only thing you can see. You can't see the satellite imagery mixed in with that. So what are my final thoughts on this app? Is it worth getting this app? I believe it is worth getting this app. Do I think it's better than ONX? Give or take. Give or take. I like that you can get the nationwide parcel information, but it really annoys me that I can't get the topographical overlay. So it's a give and take with this. You're not going to get the perfect thing, but you're also going to get more for the money that you spend. I'm deciding to make the upgrade because I think that the benefits outweigh the negative. But for you, it might be a different situation. Maybe you'll look at this app and see things that you really don't like about it, or maybe there's just some things that don't work well for you and you're going to stick with ONX, or maybe you're just the type of person where if you find something that works for you, you stick with it. You know, maybe that's just going to be you. Maybe that's going to be your situation. But I personally like this app, and I can see myself using it a lot into the future. If you had some thoughts or some questions or suggestions about this video, make sure to hit those in the comments. I'd like to know what your experience is with this app. If you enjoyed this video, take a moment to like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks.